like me better when I'm with you. I like me better when I'm with you. I knew from the first time, I stayed for a long time, cause I like me better when I'm with you.
So today, we have a different sort of video for you guys today. We're actually talking about adoption and kind of our stories, both of our stories, and like growing up and stuff, and like dealing with like stereotypes and stuff like that, and like how it affects us personally. Maybe like personal issues that like we may have, like being adopted, like what's it like dating another person who's adopted, and all of that. So
I don't know about you, but like me, like talking about like adoption is kind of just like cringy. Like I didn't really do it that much unless someone would like come up and like ask me. But like it's not something that you just like talk about a lot. I don't
really.
know.
It's not really. You don't really hear it that much, to be honest.
Yeah, people won't really bring it up unless they're just blunt.
Yeah.
The blunt people.
So we're gonna start with where we actually were adopted from and like where we are currently. So I was adopted in like Holland, Michigan. That's where I was born. And then I live in Saugatuck, Michigan. Like I used to live in Holland too, like growing up a little bit, but now I live in Saugatuck.
I was born in Seoul, South Korea, and I was 7 months old when I was adopted.
Yeah.
And
I was brought straight out of the hospital pretty much when I was adopted. So like from birth, pretty much, I was handed over.
I was shipped.
My like adopted mom, she knew a lot about like my birth mom, and like she like shared a lot with me. So like I know like a good amount of stuff that like my birth parents, you know, like their backgrounds a little bit.
And for me, like I knew just like certain features, like their height and like just like little information, but from what your mom has told me, like his mom used to have an open adoption and for a little bit and stuff, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and like the agency where I don't know if it's agency or whatever, like the place, like the services that like helped me get adopted, like is pretty cool because my mom really wanted to adopt a kid, and like the place where she, like the services place that like helped my mom get adopted, like reopened their program, and it was like the first time in like 15 years, and she was like the first in line. So I thought that was pretty interesting that it was like she was like the first in line, and they decided to just like reopen it like kind of when I was coming around. So I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was kind of adopted because my birth parents were like 16, so
Yeah, I don't think.
Your mom was young-ish.
Yeah, I think mine was the same reason why. I can't remember.
Mine weren't longer together.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think my birth mom and my birth dad were like together that long. I don't know. But yeah, like growing up, like with my family, like I didn't really see myself as different from them. Like
yeah,
I didn't think that I was like, you know, a different kid, or I didn't belong with them or anything like that. I just saw myself as part of the family, and of course they treated me like I was part of the family. But
Same.
yeah.
I mean, I obviously look more different than my family than
mine
he
too.
does.
And then I look different than mine because like my whole family's like white, and I'm just like the only black kid in the family. You got like a lot of questions, like me personally. I got like a lot of questions, like do you ever want to meet your parents? Like I still get them like today, like my birth parents. Like, do you ever like want to meet your birth parents? Like, what's it like being adopted? Like all this other stuff, and like
I'm so sorry.
yeah, like they
sucks.
felt bad for me in a way or something, that like I wasn't loved enough or some shit, and then I had to get put up for adoption.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it was really interesting, and like she was talking about like stereotypes, and
yeah. I don't know. It's interesting because another stereotype that I just thought of is that when people find out that I'm adopted, they're like, oh, so your parents are white. No, they always tell me that. I'm just like,
yeah,
they are, but like,
I didn't really think of that.
Why would you assume that? Don't just assume something.
Yeah, seriously.
But I agree, a lot of adoptive parents are
white.
But still.
Still don't want to.
It's just so blunt when
Don't
people
want to
ask you about
assume like they're just white all the time. Because I mean, I don't know. Maybe a black kid could get adopted.
A black and an Asian could adopt.
Exactly. Or like a black kid could get adopted into another black family. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like anything could happen. So like just don't assume.
Yeah.
But like stereotypes with me, like I don't know, like growing up, like my high school like pretty much was all white and stuff, and like I didn't actually receive any sort of stereotypical stuff, but like you could definitely tell that like I was just like different from all the rest of the kids, like being like different skin color and like being the tallest too in my school, but like no one really like made like racial comments towards me and stuff. So that was cool. Shout out to Saugatuck High School.
Would you ever want to meet your birth parents?
Would I ever want to meet my birth parents? I'm not sure, really. I haven't really thought about it all too much. I mean, maybe one day, but it's just not something that's like really prominent and just like in my mind all the time. But maybe one day I'll maybe reach out to them, or maybe the place that helped adopt me, and maybe they can get me in contact with them. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Me, not really. I just want to see a picture.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds so harsh, but you kind of have to just be adopted to like understand. I don't know. Sounds worse than it actually is.
But
A big part for like us is that like we just want to see like where we came from, kind of like have someone actually like look like us.
So like today, like current, like nowadays, something that like we talk about is like we've always wanted to like have
kids of our own,
and like kids who like look like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about that. Like to me, I've always wanted that. Like I've always wanted to have like my own son and my own daughter who's just like biologically like from me.
Like I didn't think anybody would understand that until I met him. Because like it's kind of a weird thing, but like I just want kids so bad because I want someone to like look like me.
Yeah.
And be like mine, even though my parents are like really us. The next question was, did adoption ever like cross your mind? Because it didn't with me.
It didn't with me either until me and her talked about it.
Because I mean, how cool would it be, like people that were adopted to like adopt? I don't know. I feel like
it's not very common.
The connection that we would have.
Yeah, all of us have would be like
it'd be
unreal.
Crazy.
Because
like we would understand.
Yeah, and we would understand like all that they're going through and like maybe what they're gonna like encounter in life and stuff growing up. So
we would definitely want to.
At least one. Yeah.
But we want a big family, so I mean,
we do want
one out of 6 at least.
Shit. So like something that I noticed, this is kind of like personal. I don't know if it's like an issue rather than just like something that I've always like, I don't know. But like I've always kind of felt like not wanting to like be alone, I guess, or like the fear of abandonment. Like I know that like for example, like for my like last relationship, like it was like toxic, but for some reason like I would rather be in that than be like alone.
I was like that too.
And I don't know what it will, and like I knew it was bad for me, like I knew I had to get out of it, but for some reason I just feared like being alone, and that's why I stuck to it for as long as I did. But like eventually I got out, but like it was just that like
I hope you did.
Yeah, got out definitely, but it was just like that just kind of sense of abandonment that just didn't really sit well with me. And I don't know, I guess I maybe still have it today, maybe not as much, but I knew that like growing up and stuff, and like recently too, like this past few years, like it's kind of been up there.
I think some stuff that I struggle with is like kind of in the same area, because I was in a toxic relationship too, and I did the exact same thing. Like I knew what was going on, but like I didn't care enough to actually leave it. It's like I didn't want to be like alone. That sounds like so fucked, and it's like so like hard to understand, but somehow I don't know, somehow it makes them sad.
Yeah, just you have to be adopted, I guess, to know what we're talking about.
I have abandonment issues too.
Yeah,
because I would sometimes like if I feel like someone's about to like leave me or possibly like leave me, I'll like leave them first or like hurt them so then they can't hurt me.
Yeah.
And I kind of do like little like episodes of that to him. Well, like not like try to hurt you, but like try to like push you away, kind of.
Yeah.
But I don't want like to on purpose. But it's just something.
Something
Like,
she's just
He just deals with it so well.
Plus, it's just something she's like grown up with. It leads into like, or like the question like we kind of thought it was like, do other adopted kids like kind of have the same thing as like we experience? Like,
Yeah.
Do they have like the fear of being alone, or like the fear of abandonment, or any other sort of like thing that we kind of endure ourselves?
That's interesting. If you're adopted,
If you are adopted,
comment.
let us know, and it'd be cool to like hear like what you've gone through.
Yeah.
Like being in a relationship with another adopted person. To me, it's something that's super like unique.
Yeah.
Like never really hear, two people who are adopted be in a relationship. But like I just feel like we totally just like understand one another, what we've gone through, like what we continue to go through and stuff, and it's comforting.
Like he knows like everything that I'm feeling and going through. So I have like these little episodes of where I just kind of psych myself out, kind of.
Yeah.
Just fear that like something's gonna happen, or like I don't know, he's feeling some type of way, and I kind of just want to like.
She wants to like push me away, but like I know she doesn't want to be alone, and like
Yeah.
I don't want to be alone, so that's why like I just like cater to her, to like what she's going like.
Just so understanding.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. So.
It's really awesome, actually. Oh, fun fact, like his mom and like my mom are like the same person. Yes, they're both white, for all those people who think
They're white.
white people just adopt a whole bunch of babies,
Babies.
but they're like the same person.
Yeah, and like my adopted mom and I are like the same person too, which is really interesting. Like we, like,
God, I love your mom.
yeah, she loves my mom and my mom loves her. But like I just find it interesting that like someone who isn't like my biological parent, like we are like the same exact person. And I think that's pretty cool.
That's cool. So that's the end of the video. We know that it was more serious than we usually are, but
We thought it'd be cool to just give some insight on
Who we are.
Yeah, who we are, our adoption stories, and how it's kind of affected us as we've, gone through life. So
yeah, hopefully some of you can relate.
yeah, that'd be cool if you guys could. Like we said, if you are adopted, then like let us know, and it'd be cool to hear your story.
Yeah, if you have any questions or want us to do any types of videos, leave them in the comments.
Below.
We'll for sure, or take a look at them.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a big thumbs up.
And yeah.
And if you're not already subscribed, you
You already
should
said that.
do that. No?
You did.
Well, if you're not subscribed, subscribe again.
Oh my god. Outro is just.
This outro is just sexy.
No, it's not. It's actually really bad.